Hello everyone, this is the Joy of Reading, and welcome to the fifth episode of my series about Dante and the Divine Comedy. Today I will try to answer to a simple question, which is, why should I read this stuff in the first place? I mean, it is medieval poetry written 800 years ago, where a guy crosses hell, purgatory and heaven. So what? Why should I care? I will try to tell you why we all should care, in my opinion. This is not just a religious poem. Dante will take you by the hand, bring you with him, and you will become friends with him, no matter if there are 8 centuries between him and us. Dante is a regular guy. During his travel to hell, he is scared, sometimes terrified. He does nothing to deny it. He is not some sort of superhero who fears nothing, but he admits his fears and he describes it, sometimes in such a way that he is almost making fun of himself. And Dante was not a daffodil. Dante was a politician at a time when politicians who lost could be exiled or killed. He was exiled and he avoided being killed just because he didn't set his foot in Florence anymore during his life and after it, because he is still not buried in Florence. And he fought in war several times, so he wasn't a guy who easily became scared. But in hell he is terrified, like any of us. He also has a very bad temper sometimes. He is usually quite a Mr. Nice Guy. He treats everybody kindly, including sinners, but it is not a good idea to sting him. Then he becomes very angry. So Dante looks like a normal guy who reacts like we would do in his place. It is very easy to identify with him and to feel on the same level with him. He is not a detached or a superior person. Dante is a great storyteller. The comedy is a work of fiction, but he tells the story in such a way that you forget it. You feel like his travel across hell, purgatory and heaven was real. So he builds a fiction with hell, purgatory and heaven and puts people there. He decides by himself who should go to hell in the fiction. But then he meets the sinners in the book, and his reaction is so genuine that it doesn't look like fiction. Once he faints after talking with 2 sinners, just out of pity for them, but he has put them in hell himself, of course. Sometimes I have to tell myself this is a work of fiction while reading, because it doesn't look like that. Dante meets lots of people during the travel. He is confronted with love stories, tragic scenes, comic scenes, and he is great at telling every kind of story. When he pities someone, you will feel the same way. When he is annoyed, you will feel the same way, and so on. And then Virgil. Dante has a guide during his travel, the Latin poet Virgil, who really existed, but of course many centuries before Dante. Dante describes him and their relationship in such a way that Virgil becomes almost a friend for us as well. Sometimes I read some verses by Virgil and I think, oh yes, he mentioned that while accompanying Dante, and then I tell myself what I am talking about. The real Virgil didn't accompany Dante anywhere. That was a fictional adaptation, a fictional character. So, let Dante take your hand and become friends with you. Thank you for listening. If you are interested in Dante and or the Divine Comedy, please follow my channel and my Facebook page, The Joy of Reading. Thank you very much.